Hey everyone, today we will solve the problem longest repeating subsequence. So basically you are given a string and you have to find the length of the longest repeating subsequence. That means a subsequence which is appearing at least twice. So first thing, what is subsequence? So basically there are two terms, one is substring and another is subsequence. So a substring is like a smaller string that is coming from the main string, a big string, such that all the characters are taken consecutively. For example, in this case, if we are taking AXX, that is one substring. If we are taking this XXZ, that is another substring. So the characters when taken consecutively, those are considered substring, whereas that restriction is not on subsequence. So in this case we are being asked for subsequence, so that means like if we are choosing A, Z and Y, so a Z Y string can be a subsequence. Similarly X Z is also a subsequence. Alright, so this is the string that is given to you. Now what I am saying is that there is a subsequence XX which is appearing twice. How? Once it is appearing like this and another it is appearing like this. Also you cannot say that one is appearing like this and another is appearing like this, because in this case the first X is common and in the problem it is given that no character should be common. Suppose if there is this X, the first X, it should not be shared, like it should not be coming from the same position of the main string. What I mean is, like if we have to build this XX, so and suppose these are the indexes 0, 1, 2, it is 1, 2 and 2, 4. If we are building it like 1, 2 and 1, 4, that is wrong, because in that case you are sharing the same position of the same character. Alright, so how can we solve this? So let me write it twice. Now first subsequence we will build on the first string, and the same subsequence we will try to build on the second string in such a way that the same position is not being shared. Now if you have already solved the longest common subsequence problem, you might be coming up with some idea. Let's call it string 1 and this is our string 2. Now that I have written these as two strings, and now the problem is to find out the longest common subsequence, and we will also add the constant of making sure that it is repeating as well. So right now let's just say we want to find out the longest common subsequence. Now there are three cases how S1 and S2 are given to you. Case 1, that S1 and S2 both have the last character different. Second case is the both have same character in the end and that the position is also being shared. And third case is character is same but the position is different. So according to the question, we cannot use this for finding our longest common subsequence. We can use this though, and in this case these cannot be paired up, so it cannot be a common subsequence. So in case 1, ideally what we will do is either we will drop our P or we will drop our Q. So basically we have to drop one character either from S1 or from S2. So if we drop from S1, then we have to find a longest common subsequence from AB and ABPQ. Or if we drop the last character of second string, then it is like finding the longest common subsequence from ABP and ABP. And whatever gives us better result, we will use that. So we will do the maximum of these two. So the second case, when both the characters are same and also at the same position, then we know that we cannot use them for the longest common subsequence according to the constraint of our question. So in that case also it will be similar to case 1, where either we have to drop the character from first string or we have to drop the character from second string. And the third case, when the characters are same but are on different position, then we should definitely use them and try to find the longest subsequence in remaining string. We will add 1 to it because D is being used here. Now we have these cases. Case 1 and 2 can be combined and case 3 is different. So we can come up with this recurrence relationship here, that the repeating LCS of string S1 and S2, where length of S1 is m and length of S2 is n, is that last case, that if last characters are same, so it is the case 3, that the last characters are same but positions are different. So in that case what we are doing is we are finding out repeating LCS of S1 m minus 1, like removing the last character, and S2 n minus 1, also taking the n minus 1 length, that is removing the last character, and then doing a plus 1 because we have taken that as the common in our subsequence. Otherwise, like the case 1 and 2, otherwise what we have to do is we have to either drop the character from the first string, that is repeating LCS of S1 m minus 1 and S2 n, or we have to drop it from the second string, that is S1m and S2m minus 1, and whatever is maximum we will take that. We can use our simple 2D DP for this. Let's go. So first you have to build that DP. Okay, and your length is string.length. Length of string can vary from 0 to n, so I will take n plus 1 and n plus 1, where dpij is equal to answer for s1 of length I and s2 of length j. So that is what my dpij would be. So for 0 minus n, actually less than equals n, basically it is the length of the first string, j equals 0, j less than equals n, the length of second string. So dpij equals, so when the characters are same but position is different, so that is so when string is of length I, so its character will be present, the last character will be present at I minus 1, right? So if string I equals string j and I is not equal to j, in that case we can use them for our common subsequence. So what we will be doing is we will be using them. So we will do dpi minus 1 j minus 1, that is now we are using the last character from this string and for our common subsequence, and we will try to find out the longest common subsequence, repeating common subsequence in the rest of the string, and I will add a 1 here. In other case, so this is the case when characters are same but the position is different. Otherwise we have to try stripping out the last character of either of the strings and see which answer gives the maximum answer. So it will be maximum of dpi minus 1 j and dpij minus 1, right? Like in this case we have removed the first character, last character of the first string and keeping the second string intact, versus here we are removing the last character of second string, keeping the first string intact, and whichever gives us the better answer we will keep that. So that should be it, and then we have to return the, like we have to find the longest common subsequence for the length n of both the strings. And also now let's see the edge cases. So basically when you are doing this dpi minus 1, okay, also this string, it should be I minus 1 and j minus 1, because for I length string the character last character would be at string I minus 1. Similarly for the length j, the character would be at j minus 1. Now when you are doing this I minus 1 and j minus 1, so when I equals 0 or j equals 0, this will break because it will with a negative index. So we have to start it from 1, and the 0 would be our edge cases. So let's take care of them before this loop. So when I equals 0, means the first string is of length 0. So in that case, the longest common subsequence can never be greater than 0. So we can directly do dpi 0. Like first string is of 0 length and second string of any length, it will be of 0. And similarly, when first string is of any length from 0 to n, but second string is of length 0, then the answer will be 0. So we have taken care of those base cases, and we are taking care of recurrence relation as well, and then finally we are returning dpnn. So this should work. Let's try it. It's working. Let's try to submit it. So that is it. Very similar to LCS problem, the longest common subsequence. If you have not read about LCS, so I would suggest you to first read about LCS and then come back to this problem again and see if you can solve it. So yeah, hope it helped you. So feel free to ask me any questions or any doubts in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Thanks a lot. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.